slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Hey team, I hope you're all doing well. Today's topic I want to go over, the inspiration of this video is on a question that I recently got. It's from Maritza7087. He or she had mentioned, the question is, I ship out in March. So this individual is going to be a Marine. She says, I ship out in March and my MAL time is around 10 minutes and 30 seconds. I obviously need to work on my endurance and speed. Any tips on how to improve that so I can run sub 27 minutes? So trying to run sub 27 minutes for the 3 mile distance. So a lot of times the biggest thing in regards to improving over this particular distance is time. Okay, a longer buildup is always going to be very important in terms of trying to run 3 miles in 27 minutes. So again, when you're not very anaerobically fit, so when you're not in race fitness, it's very hard to hold. In your case, you're trying, your current mile time is around 10:30, so it's very hard to hold 10:30 mile pace over 4 laps of the track when you're not in very good shape anaerobically. So it's very important to not only work on your speed, but to build that longer duration of aerobic fitness, building that base first. A lot of runners, especially that I've seen in the military, they haven't built any aerobic fitness at all. They just try to go out and run all out for a 3 mile or 5K on the roads. Sometimes we have time trials and they're running way too fast in the first several meters of a race, running in an all-out sprint, and especially through the first mile. So be very patient with yourself when you're trying to, if you're trying to run faster over 3 miles, just know you're not going to win that 3 mile in the first mile. So if you can be a little bit more conservative in the first mile and a half, run the second half faster if you can, then you run the first half. I think that's a smart move. And building your endurance definitely takes time, okay? This doesn't matter if you're an elite level athlete or if you're a beginner or if you're an athlete at your level right now trying to run a 27-minute 3 mile time. I think the most important thing is to be patient with yourself. Know that it does take about 28 days for your body to adapt, okay, to the stress you're placing on it. And a lot of the top distance running coaches, exercise physiologists, have stated that in their books and in their journals. And I think what's important is first to build 4 to 6 weeks of easy aerobic mileage. Build that foundation first. Now you can still do some strides. I would recommend doing about 4 to 5 50-meter strides 2 to 3 times a week during that 4 to 6 week aerobic mileage buildup. So again, you're training your legs. You're focusing. Doing strides will help you to focus on improving your form. And to run at faster paces for short amount of distances. Okay, it's much more of an ask out of yourself to say, I want to start doing 12 to 16 400 meters on the track, trying to prepare for a sub 27 minute 3 mile time, versus doing 4 to 5 50-meter strides during that aerobic base building phase. Because again, when you're doing strides of that length, you're not going to build up any significant lactic acid buildup. Okay, so that's important, where you can do those faster efforts over a short amount of distance and not build up so much stress, mental stress and physical stress on yourself, asking yourself to do these longer buildups, in terms of longer intervals, especially when you're just getting in better shape. Okay, then once you've done that, once you've built several weeks of aerobic mileage, okay, and if it's for you, if you're having a hard time running 4 days a week, start off running 2 days a week. Okay, then with each week, as each week passes, add an additional day onto that. Okay, and then focus on just running easy aerobic mileage first, and then for another 12 weeks. So a 16 week, I believe a 16 to 20 week buildup is going to make you absolutely dangerous in trying to in achieving the sub 27 minute 3 mile time that you're aiming for. A longer buildup is always going to prepare you better than a shorter buildup. A lot of times I know in the military, you're not going to always have, if you have a PT test coming up, and it's not, say, 4 or 5 months out and it's coming up in like 2 months, you can still get in great shape. You can still get in sufficient shape in that amount of time to break 27 minutes. But I think consistency is absolutely vital, especially if you're in the military. I don't care what's going on. Make time to achieve the sub 27 minute time you're aiming for the 3 mile distance. A lot of times when I was in the military, we had field training exercises. I remember training for the 2011 Monumental Indianapolis Marathon and doing an 18-mile long run in the middle of a field training exercise. Still, to this day, I don't know how I made myself do that, but I remember getting up at 2 a.m. I had a 5 a.m. tent duty that morning that I had to report to, and it was about 4 weeks out from the 2011 Monumental Indianapolis Marathon. And so I got up at 2 a.m. It was on Fort Knox. So we were out in the middle of nowhere, and I didn't take a battle buddy. In the military, we say take a battle buddy wherever you go. Okay, battle buddy just in case something happens or whatever. So my commander heard about it, caught wind of it, found out, and the next morning asked me, Nate, why didn't you take a battle buddy with you on your run? I'm like, sir, I got up at 2 a.m., did an 18-mile long run. Who was going to show up and come with me? So you have to make time. Okay, if you want to break 27 minutes for 3 miles, if you want to break 15 minutes for 3 miles, if you're aiming to do that, regardless of what the time is, you have to make the time. You have to make it a priority in order to achieve what it is you're wanting to do. And I don't care if it's running, I don't care if it's business related, I don't care if it's something else that you're pursuing. It's either you're lukewarm about it or you're red hot, zeroed in, focused on what it is you want to do. You're going to do it regardless what things that are in your way. You're going to make time to make that happen. So I think first, in order to break a 27-minute 3-mile time and to prove on your 10:30 or your 10:30 1-mile time right now, build your aerobic base mileage first. Make sure you have a strong endurance base of mileage built before you start working on specific 3-mile workouts. Okay, so once you've built that aerobic base, then start working on specific training. What I mean by specific training is you're aiming at running at paces that are equivalent to 27-minute 3-mile pace or faster. Okay, doing one VO2 max workout per week. VO2 max is your maximum oxygen uptake. You're running at around 95 to 100% of your maximum oxygen capacity. So examples of that, repeat hundreds on the track, repeat 200s, repeat 400s on the track. Those types of activities that you're running so fast that you can't clear lactic acid faster than it's building up. You do want to do those types of workout once per week, but not before you've built that aerobic base first. Build that foundation, and then you start doing faster workouts. One long run per week, but don't run long, slow, and easy every weekend. Do it once every other weekend. Okay, you want to start building in some mileage during that long run at your goal race pace, running also at your anaerobic threshold. So running at anaerobic threshold, you're running around 88 to 92% of your maximum heart rate. So it's not quite as aggressive as VO2 max running. But again, it's anaerobic threshold pace that you can hold maybe for around 20 to 25 minutes, sometimes further, depending on your fitness level. And then, of course, you want to run some of those miles or kilometers during that long run at easy, relaxed pace. Okay, so you're changing up the intensities throughout your long run and not just running slow and easy. I guarantee you, if you start doing that, if you start implementing that, Maritza, into your routine, you're going to run much faster than 27 minutes over the 3-mile distance. As a Marine, you know, the Marines also, you're going to, most of the time, a lot of times they'll do 5-mile time trials as well, 4 to 5-mile time trials as well. I promise you, you're going to improve dramatically if you get in the habit of running your long runs faster. And I'm not saying you run long and fast every single weekend. Don't do that. You want to make sure that you're recovering, make sure you give yourself between 2 to 3 days of recovery jogging, jogging efforts after you do these harder long runs or harder track workouts. Okay, make sure that you're paying attention to your nutrition, your hydration practices. All these things will help you get to that point where you break, in your case, that 27-minute 3-mile time that you're aiming for. So I hope this video is helpful for any of you, not just Maritza, but for any of you that are trying to run a faster mile time or trying to run a faster 3-mile time. I think that in order to run faster over this distance, 3 miles or 5 kilometers, you still have to focus on your endurance, but you definitely have to focus on your speed. Okay, speed can come in the place of a lot of different things, whether that's hill repetitions, doing a hill workout once a week or once every other week. I'd say once every other week as you're building into your anaerobic specific training, and as you get fitter anaerobically, then you can add, then you can do one hill training workout once a week rather than once every other week. Okay, so hopefully this is helpful for you, Maritza. I wish you the best in the Marines. Respect to all of you that are serving in the military or just trying to run faster or trying to do something more difficult, something that you haven't done in the past that you want to do now in the future, coming up, or in the present or in the future. Respect to all of you. If you have any other questions, leave a comment below. I'll respond to you. And again, if you're looking to take your training and racing to the next level, check out the resources below any of these videos that I make or on RunDreamAchieve.com. They're definitely tools to help you get to the next level in your training. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you on the next video.